Hello, welcome back to the channel. This video was recorded live on YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm here today with Kini. We are checking out the latest Maxor video. He's talking about Crimson Desert, and for some reason he calls it a mistake. I don't know what he's going on about, but it's Maxor, so he does incorrect reviews. So let's see what he's talking about.
This video has a lot of footage of
incorrectly correct reviews.
Yes, incorrectly correct reviews. 100%.
Good pause screen. This video has a lot of footage of people smacking into the ground at Mach 10 speed.
Yep. Oh, fuck.
people smacking into the ground at Mach 10 speed. Crimson
Yeah, I've experienced that in Crimson Desert a couple of times, so that is accurate.
Desert is one of the least
Aaron,
understood games that I have ever covered on this channel, because either you've never
I have not fought that guy, so that's a new enemy to me.
touched it and only vaguely
My
recognize
PC
it
can
from
handle this game.
Oh, can't it?
Or my laptop. No, my laptop.
Oh,
can't handle
laptops.
this game.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a laptop.
this tweet, which extols the virtues of being able to beat women,
Same.
or you have actually played it and immediately forgot about the entire thing because playing this game is like falling asleep to the Shrek Forever After DVD menu.
I disagree, but okay.
So for the majority who don't know,
Hey, Rocky, how's it going?
Crimson Desert is the newest innovation in AI-powered
I still need the mech. I don't know where to find the mech.
open-world gaming technology, miraculously allowing the player to freely move in any direction without the need for loading screens, all while featuring riveting combat, intense platforming, and meticulous collection of ancient precursor artifacts. Except no, the game I am actually
Oh, okay.
describing is
Damn, dude, I don't know when last I played Jack and
Oh,
Daxter. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, in my teens. Jack and Dexter Racing was also great.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't trust Naughty Dog to make a good one now.
Not true.
Because they made Jack and Daxter. Hey, Deadpan, how's it going?
Jack and Daxter, the precursor legacy for the PlayStation 2, which you can actually run natively on your PC without emulation using this cool software that decompiles your ISO called OpenGoal. Except, no again, I am actually playing Jack and Daxter, the precursor legacy, inside of The Sims 3. For this reason, Crimson Desert is also a very polarizing game. Either you love it, or you think that it is unrepentant slop. Slop,
It's amazing.
as a term,
I wouldn't call Crimson Desert slop. Like, I've played slop before. I do not agree.
I did struggle through a lot of the beginning parts of the game, and yeah, no, it's pretty good. Well, the story is kind of slop.
I have not been paying attention to the story at all. I usually fast forward through the dialogue.
has gained a great deal of popularity for denoting a type of content that is derivative, mass-produced, made simply to be consumed by the largest number of cattle in the least amount of time, with various low-quality YouTubers even being forced to sell their souls to Gamer Supps energy drinks
Okay, so this is where he's going to sell us on GamingSyndicate.
for money, selling their viewers various zany types of energy slop at the low price of 40 cents per serving and somehow not changing with inflation. I personally use GamerSupps in order to work my 10-hour shifts at the job factory so I can have the privilege of producing so much shareholder value. Click the link below for 10% off my funny flavors, or the free market will be forced to build a data center in your house. Or perhaps that is all commie bullshit. It's not like baiting.
What is this video? The fuck is he going on about?
Standard Maxor video. What do you mean?
That is just you are correct. That is
People with
fair.
politics on the internet is really easy or anything. So to prove the political neutrality and objectivity of my news and fact-orientated YouTube channel, for my next trick, I will misgender a non-binary person while acknowledging that this video was written on stolen land. Though I will have to comment that I am personally against the mass immigration of Paleolese refugees into the sovereign borders of Demonis. Someone once made the mistake of letting Greymanes in, and they have already formed an ethno-state in Hernand, right next to the Goblin one. And while calling this game slop isn't exactly an accurate term, it is a funny one. So that is the one that I'm going to be using now. Try to look at the terrain design for like 3 seconds and tell me with a straight face that the art direction was not done by ChatGPT. Goals. What are my goals when making this video? Make discourse about this video game absolutely impossible.
So we got a cameo in a video with you. I know, I saw. I haven't watched the video yet, but someone sent me a message about it. Sent me the screenshot of the cameo location. So yeah.
have. Make every analysis and opinion about it completely irrelevant for no reason. Let us agree to never reconcile any opinions that we might be thinking of right now. Features. The main selling point of Crimson Desert is that it has features in it, making it the ideal game for those who love to consume content, like the experience of scrolling YouTube shorts if they
I can't wait. It's on my list.
were YouTube logs. It plays like a manhwa reads, and it reads like an Instagram reel about my grandma getting hit by a bazooka. Crimson Desert has robust combat, various bosses, advanced puzzle solving for the next 3 hours or so,
The puzzles can be so fucking tedious.
house building, armor dyeing, Farmville, fishing, liberal use of an Evangelion, and so much more than is actually fun. Why does game this so many inside of it have our
Very
things?
liberal use.
Yeah.
Well, Crimson Desert is first and foremost a game made by South Koreans, which doesn't really sound like a relevant detail until you first understand that Korean society is a series of cram schools and corporate humiliation rituals, and sometimes in the middle, you get to play StarCraft. 75% of young people in this nation want to leave it. We are talking about the closest thing that humanity has to an endangered species. This is a nation that is actively looking to occupy itself so that death seems like it is coming a little bit faster. Why is this relevant to our game?
Koreans and grinding,
Because
yes.
Dude.
They're
single
known for grinding games.
Yeah. But they make such good games, though.
Yeah, they do.
conversation, every menu, every person, and every mechanic in Crimson Desert exists.
Wait, what the fuck did that say about him?
Conversation, every menu, every person, and
Please.
Okay. I fucking hate this character, so I'm gonna agree with this just because I hate this fucking dude.
every mechanic in Crimson Desert exists solely to give you a different ethnicity to cleanse from the face of the earth. So the entire notion that I should be paying attention to literally anything that anyone is saying feels like an insult to my intelligence. I know the outcome of this conversation we're having
Cheers, Deadpan.
right now. It is the same as the last 30 conversations I've been dragged into, and every single one of them ends with a demand for goblin genocide. And look, okay, I am definitely not saying that this game might have a problematic depiction of goblins or anything. I just think that it's kind of weird that they happen to live as a minority of inherently conniving traders, black marketeers, and profit-driven debt collectors with the sole honor of being able to charge white people usury and run all of Hernan's financial institutions. I'm sure that
I'm not gonna say anything.
this has absolutely no relation to any hypothetical stereotypes that may or may not exist in real life.
I'll be honest, I didn't even think about that while playing the game, and only now I've noticed it.
I just
Yeah,
think
he
that this game
kinda
might not be for
plays
you
it all
if
back.
you are Italian.
Yeah.
Racism is a core mechanic of this game's narrative. The literal main quest of the game is entirely about a never-ending hereditary blood feud between two slightly different variations of Scandinavian Mayo monkeys. This is a role-playing game where I am forced to roleplay as an Icelandic Josef Mengele, genocidally cleansing the entire face of Payloon because Cliff, as a licensed therapist apparently, can only ever respond to Hitler's dialogue with slightly different variations of yes and what happened. To put it simply, questing in this game is an absolute nightmarish slog, predicated by the idea that dialogue in and of itself is either a route to American historical reenactments or a vehicle to a 2-hour puzzle in which you slowly and manually move boxes around hoping in vain that you will swiftly die of old age. I want you to imagine this given scenario. You're playing an open world game and definitely not a spreadsheet with a realistic scan of Delaware on top. So you say to yourself, I would like to see locations and experience new areas outside of my current spatial understanding because I am human. Then you see a castle in the distance and think to yourself, wow, I can't wait to see what adventures await me over there. Only to discover that the castle has no enemies inside of it, no loot you can actually find, and the knowledge that you have now wasted 20 minutes of your narrowing lifespan. How devious and
I would be
quirky.
so annoyed.
Dude.
Then, 7 hours of real time later, you just happen to be taking a random quest that you found on a spreadsheet, wherein this desaturated ice dweller has the actual caucasity to inform me of this mysterious and hitherto unknown castle in the distance containing unique enemies and an entire boss fight in it.
I fought this guy. I remember this guy.
Because I cannot emphasize it enough, this scenario
This is why
is
you should have
every
quest
single
triggers.
Yep.
thing
Outside of,
in Crimson Desert. In this game,
Stuff like
Okay, that's not entirely true. I've come across so many fucking areas that it's just populated with way too many people that just want to murder me. There's an entire region that wants to murder you. just because.
You can grab a tree and use it to catapult yourself. You can clean objects with a broom. You can scramble your brains like Sonic the Hedgehog. And you can even go fishing, just like in Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy for the PlayStation 2. But when I decided that I wanted to see this castle, this mountain, this battlefield with 9,000 robotic bees, and this Crimson Desert in the video game called... I forget the name. I was told to come back later after I had spoken to a random rock 5 zip codes away and listened to the most boring explanation of anything I have ever seen. This problem gets so much worse than you think it is. It is not just castles, there are entire nations in this game that exist purely in the context of the main quest, and after that are literally never seen or heard from ever again. Just like my dad, the game does not expect you to
Sounds like Genshin.
have a memory about anything at all. Entire mechanics will just show up and then randomly disappear into the void for 30 hours. Did you happen to like the dialogue mechanics with fucking 10 seconds of pausing between each line? Yeah, me.
I hated that because you need to actually pay attention to what people say in certain dialogues, and I did not. And it's like, you said the wrong thing. Restart the dialogue.
Neither. So why is it in the game for exactly 2 mandatory quests? Can we
I've done both of those quests.
please make that number 0 because
I'm
it
glad
feels like I'm
there's no
having
more.
a stroke right now.
They should almost
And not the
with,
good
like,
kind.
bonuses.
Hitherto
Yeah.
unknown antagonists who are now suddenly really important to the plot apparently keep appearing and get killed within the span of 30 minutes, never to be seen or mentioned ever again. Everything is paced like it is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure if every single stand user talked in fucking Mad Libs. That is why Crimson Desert is so forgettable, because the actual game itself is constantly forgetting. The literal second that the player looks away from something or someone, that thing ceases to exist. And believe me, I really tried to get them to exist, okay? There is just nothing here. But oh my god, Max.
I disagree with something there. The boss fights are actually very memorable. I actually been really enjoying the boss fights.
There are things
I really
in the
like
game.
the tutorial boss though, yeah. I
Yeah.
can imagine.
Haven't you seen the things to do in the world, Max? Haven't
There are some bosses that just feel like I'm not strong enough to fight them though. Like,
I might steal Melody's new PC when she gets it to the playthrough.
you fought these fucking 4 identical copies of the same guy? Haven't you done the quest where you rescue this goblin and he tells you to go fight the 50 simultaneous wolves? Yes, I have, dipshit. And look, if you like things to do, you know, if you're like a 40-year-old dad who just wants to come home and be assigned a task as is their natural
I still need to play Red Dead 2.
inclination, I am not going to yuck someone else's yum, but it's probably because you were not given a soul at birth. Does anything that I do affect the world? No. I fight bosses, I do puzzles, I take a random quest from a guy and watch a mass shooting happen at the circus completely unprompted by anything. I go back to my camp, I sell the bodies that I looted to build up my Farmville minigame, I go to sleep, and then I do it all over again, and you know what? I like the Farmville minigame. Chapter 2, the Farmville minigame. Please hear me out, okay? Because if this game's world isn't even going to try to motivate me at all, the least it can do is let me motivate me at all. There is
Sloggers.
genuine progression in the Farmville minigame, and frankly, it's a really good idea because unlike the main quest, I am the one deciding what I do with my camp. I decide what weapons I'm going to upgrade. Maybe I want to chop down a tree so we can have wood. Maybe I send...
Apparently, like, the when you build up your actual camp, it gets very in depth, and it becomes a full-on thing of in itself, where you have to like send people out on missions for them to earn stuff for your camp, and by doing so, you also increase the size and build of your camp. And where you start off with nothing in the camp, you can end up with like 50 different people inhabiting your camp and living there, and or having every single merchant and vendor in your camp as well, because you've been pulling people into the camp.
Okay.
someone to get that wood and use that.
It's like the same system as like World of Warcraft had, where you send people out and you don't really do anything with them. They
Oh,
just
yeah.
go do their thing. Yeah, yeah.
that wood to build a farm, maybe I identify an unprotected rival ethnicity in the mountains so that I may purloin that which they no longer need, sell them to my blacksmith, and invest the proceedings into a stock index fund. Maybe I want to go mining, but uh-oh, bandits have occupied the quarry, so I have to kill them. My gear isn't good enough, so I need to upgrade by getting a better smith, and that takes money, and oh my god, there is almost a game here. I can choose where to invest my money. I can invest in myself by purchasing 200 rotisserie chickens, and I had to search every single grocery store in the game for this, please laugh. I can invest in the Bank of Naples, where I can actually choose my investment strategy on the open market like some sort of perfidious Dutchman, or invested in the purchase of a new cart and the packaging of unique goods, then looking up where to sell those goods, and then traversing the map and then running them back to another post, and it now just dawns on me that I am making a more compelling story than the narrative of any quest in this game, and it's not.
And the funny thing is, all of that is true. You can do all of that.
Yeah.
You actually get a wagon that you have to transport goods with to other like merchants to sell them.
Even close. If you want me to remember a location, do not make me save it. Make it mean something to me. Make the liberation of Palun from the Danish people unlock new territory and resources to exploit. Make exploration uncover new and lucrative trades so I can exploit the differences in wages to build a Labubu factory. Make anything in the story matter to the salt of the earth goblin skinner. And yet, I still have to mine random outcroppings of iron and copper like a Congolese child, even though I have an entire ethno-state at my personal command, because this game cannot decide between dialectical materialism or great man theory. One subscribing to the idea that change can only come through a single man's drive for profound and tremendous violence. That if there is a problem, it is because there are bad people in charge, they are bad because they decide to be bad, and all we have to do to solve the issue is to kill them. Nothing fundamentally changes except that we have to put the right people in charge, and the right people are always me. While the other one postulates that the advancement of society ultimately comes from collective material advancement and the endless struggle between differing modes of production, eventually culminating in the birth of a bourgeois goblin class. And with these two competing philosophies in the same game and indeed focused into a single Napoleonic figure who barely speaks in conversation, leads us to the final synthesis representing all the flaws and contradictions of Crimson Desert itself. This game, genuinely and accidentally, love it or hate it, is liberalism. And in conclusion,
What is he going on about?
would be unable to commit to a coherent position on Israel. I hope that you liked reading my politically charged video essay about the role of autistic non-binary people under capitalism or something, as much as I liked writing it. I basically made up this entire video script, but in reality, no one is actually going to call me out if I lie, because ultimately, that requires actually remembering a game called Crimson Desert. You know, which is actually pretty similar to a game called Jack and Dax.
God damn it. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was Maxor about Crimson Desert and something about politics. I don't know. Maxor is all over the place with 90% of his videos, so I don't really know what he was talking about with most of that. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.